Hello everyone, welcome to Zeuada programming. In this video, we are going to talk about AWS Console with root user and also regions and availability zones. So for that, let's log in into our console, AWS console. For that, just go to aws.amazon.com/console and then press sign in to the console. Here you have to there are two options, root user and IAM user. So this is the first time we will log into our account as a root user, and after that all the further videos we will use IAM user. When I talk about root user, be very careful. Like, root user is a god account of AWS. It handles everything happens in your AWS account, so it doesn't have any restrictions in your AWS console. So if the credentials of root user goes into a wrong hand, you should expect a very high bill, like $5,000 or $7,000 into your account. So I am not scaring you, but this is like a warning to you to handle this account very carefully and don't share credentials of root user with anyone. So and also, this is not like a root user. You don't have to use a root user at all, but you should use root user to handle all the billing work of your account, and also other managing other things, like some tasks with root user only, and not just handle all the billing stuff with admin account. So let's log in into our console. Just put your AWS console root email address here. Okay, so we have logged into our account. So this is how the root console after login look like. The recent visited tab, here we will see all the services that we recently visited. We'll talk about this later. Also, there are this is a dashboard. You can customize everything on this dashboard, cost and uses. Whenever you use any service, all the cost is a cost bill, all will put here. Also AWS health, you can customize here, you can drag and drop everything as your need. So also, if you see here, you can find a services option. If you click on this option, you will find all the services that AWS provide. So if you click, this is if you click on compute, in compute there are this much services that AWS provides. So if you see these services, this is like a jungle, actual Amazon jungle, right? So you should and the most important part, that you don't need to know every service in AWS. We will in this also series, we will explore the important services only, and not all these services. In compute there are EC2 image builder, elastic beanstalk, lambda. We will discuss all these services, in containers also we will discuss these services. But if you see also it has provide AR VR services. So you are building any AWS AR VR application, so you can use these services also. Media services are if you are building any media application, OTT platform, so you can use these services also. So these are would say log into your console and just see what are all the services that AWS provides. This will give you an idea what are all the services that AWS have, and you, if you in future you need any service, any type of service, you can know that this service is present in AWS. So just explore it. So this is all the services, but don't worry, we will not going to use here, we will use the search bar. This is very powerful search bar. So if we want to like go to our IAM like service, so just search here, and this will like give IAM user search in search results. So this is how we will use the search function. Also, I would like to like talk about just go to homepage also, yeah. So I also would like to talk about this AWS regions. So AWS like provides us this much regions, and in each region like if you see US East, there are like 4 regions available. In Asia Pacific, there are like multiple regions available for you. So AWS like provides so much too many regions to work with. And talking about regions, be very careful while like using regions, right? Because if you create, for let's take an example, like you create a EC2 instance in maybe Asia Pacific Tokyo, and then you switch to Asia Pacific Mumbai, then you will not see that EC2 instance in Asia Pacific Mumbai, because all these services are region based services. Instead, like expect IAM service, and also there are some services. So the EC2 is regional, like region based service. So if you create Asia Pacific, you can't see that EC2 instance in Mumbai region. So this is where most of people, like beginners, make mistakes. They create a EC2 instance or other services into some different, like by default this is like N Virginia, selected as a N Virginia or Tokyo, and they will create the service there, and then they switch to another like region, maybe Asia Pacific Mumbai, and they don't see the like that particular EC2 into this region, but still it is running behind this in that region, so it will cost you the money, right? And it will like add it in your monthly bill. So be careful while using this, like to like selecting these regions. So make sure that whenever you log in, just first make sure that you are in correct region, you selected a correct region. And also, if you go to their like global infrastructure page, you can see like these are all the regions that AWS provides, and if you click on any like region, you can see that these are the regions. Like in India, there is 2 regions, like one is running like Mumbai, and one is like coming soon in Bangalore. So these are the regions. And also if you see in Mumbai, there are like availability zones, like 3 availability zones present. So availability zones, also called as AZs. So these availability zones are protection for your application. Like let's say you are like you have one application and you deployed this in a Mumbai region, right? And let's say in Mumbai, maybe like in somewhere like maybe there is a flood or like any natural disaster. Because of any that natural disaster, the server that hosted your application is destroyed, or like something happened to that server, your application should be available to all the users. It should not like hull down because of that, right? And that's where availability zones come in. So availability zones are like there are like 3 availability zones. So you when you deploy your application, it will like deployed in 3 availability zones. So whenever something natural disaster happens and one availability zones goes down, there are still 2 availability zones running safely your application. So your user will get all, like user continue to use your application, and your availability of application will be high. So that's how like availability zone works. So in if you go to like in console and search here EC2, if you go to EC2 service, you will see there's account attributes. There are like lots of information here, options here. If you click zones, and let's like this EC2 service is region based, so in Mumbai you can see like there are three availability zones available. If you like change that availability like region to ES and Virginia, then you can see like there are, just forget about this all. As far as of now, we'll talk about this later. If you see that availability zones in N Virginia, you can see like there are like six availability zones present here. So availability zones are different for each uh, region. So this is it, like availability zones. Also, if you see like in global infrastructure page, if you go down a bit, and like there is like learn more about global edge networks, AWS also has this global edge networks, aka like CDN. So it is like CDN, it has edge networks, so it will host your application very near to the user of your application. So the access speed of your application is very fast for all users. So in this like page you can see like there are like edge networks, multiple edge networks, which will like speed up your access speed, like speed up your application performance very high. This is also called as this a service of AWS called as CloudFront. We will talk about this in later videos. For this video, this is like everything. So let's see you in next video. I should say like log in into your AWS console, just explore all the services. Explore means just see what are all services that AWS offers. Also read some information about these regions and availability zones, so you will get an idea about this. See you in next video.